The mining industry, known for its contribution to economic development and the global supply chain, can also be a fertile ground for illicit activities, including money laundering. Money launderers often seek to exploit the complexities of this sector to legitimise their ill-gotten gains. But what are the red flags to look out for to spot possible money laundering? And what regulations are implemented to tackle this problem? In today's video, we will be taking a look at what are red flags, what red flags does the mining industry need to look out for, and what AML regulations do the mining industry have to follow. Hello, and welcome to another KYC Lookup video, where we bring you AML related content to help you enhance your knowledge in the fight against money laundering. Before diving into today's video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Oh, and don't forget to leave us a comment with any suggested topics you would like us to cover in the future. So, on to today's video. What is the mining industry? The mining industry refers to the sector of the economy involved in the extraction of valuable materials, ores, metals and other geological materials from the Earth's crust. It encompasses a wide range of activities, from the discovery and exploration of mineral deposits to the extraction, processing and transportation of these raw materials to various industries for future use. What is a red flag? A red flag is a term commonly used to denote a warning or indicator of a potential problem, issue, or danger in a given situation. It's a metaphorical way of saying that something deserves attention or caution. The term comes from the practice of using a red flag as a signal for various purposes, such as signalling danger, signalling a problem, or marking an area that requires special attention. In different contexts, a red flag could be financial red flags. In finance, a red flag can refer to financial indicators or behaviours that suggest a company may be facing financial difficulties. For example, declining revenues, increasing debt, or irregular accounting practices that can be considered red flags for investors. Health red flags. In healthcare, red flags can be symbols or signs that indicate a potential health problem. For instance, in the context of back pain, certain symptoms like numbness or weakness in the legs can be a red flag for more serious spinal issues. Online scam red flags. When dealing with online transactions or interactions, red flags can be a warning sign that something may not be legitimate. These can include unsolicited requests for personal information or offers that seem too good to be true. Safety red flags. In the context of safety, red flags can signal potential dangers or hazards. For example, a lifeguard might raise a red flag at the beach to warn swimmers of strong currents or dangerous conditions. Identifying and paying attention to red flags is often crucial for making informed decisions and avoiding potential problems or dangers. It's a way of recognising potential issues early and making appropriate actions to address or mitigate them. What red flags do the mining industry need to look out for? The mining industry, a vital pillar of global resource extraction, stands at the intersection of economic progress and environmental stewardship. While it plays a pivotal role in supplying essential minerals and materials for countless industries, it also faces an array of challenges and responsibilities. By identifying these crucial indicators, the mining sector can better navigate the complex terrain of sustainability, safety, ethics, and community relations, fostering a more responsible and resilient future for all stakeholders involved. Let's look at some red flag indicators. Red flag. Inadequate environmental practices. Mining operations often have significant environmental impacts, including deforestation, water pollution, and habitat destruction. A red flag in the industry is a lack of commitment to responsible environmental practices, This can manifest as a history of environmental violations, subpar reclamation efforts, or limited transparency in environmental impact assessments. Safety and health. Red flag. Poor safety records. Safety should always be a top priority in mining. Frequent accidents, inadequate safety measures, or a history of worker injuries are glaring red flags. Mining companies must invest in rigorous safety protocols, comprehensive training, and advanced technology to mitigate risks and prioritise the well-being of their workforce. Financial stability. Red flag. Unstable finances. Mining is susceptible to fluctuations in commodity prices, but financial instability can be a significant concern. Red flags include mismanagement of funds, excessive debt, or a failure to adapt to changing market conditions. Investors and stakeholders should scrutinise a mining company's financial statements, debt levels, and cash flows to gauge its long-term viability. Community relations. Red flag. Strained community relations. Mining operations frequently impact local communities. Negative community relations, such as protests, conflicts, or allegations of human rights violations, are red flags that can disrupt operations. Responsible mining companies prioritise engagement with local communities, respect their rights, and contribute to local development. Ethical and social responsibility. Red flag. Unethical practices. Issues related to ethics and social responsibility can harm a mining company's reputation. Red flags may include allegations of corruption, bribery, or unethical practices. Companies must have robust ethical guidelines and policies in place, demonstrating a commitment to transparency and accountability. And regulatory compliance. Red flag. Regulatory non-compliance. Failure to comply with local and international regulations can lead to legal troubles and reputational damage. Red flags include a history of regulatory fines, environmental violations, or legal disputes with local authorities or communities. Companies must prioritise compliance and responsible mining practices. To ensure the sustainability and credibility of the mining industry, it's vital for companies to remain vigilant about potential red flags. Environmental responsibility, safety and health, financial stability, community relations, ethical and social responsibility, and regulatory compliance are all critical areas that demand close attention. By addressing these issues proactively and responsibly, the mining sector can demonstrate its commitment to sustainable, ethical and safe practices, benefiting both the industry and the community it serves. What AML regulations do the mining industry have to follow? As of September 2021, anti-money laundering AML regulations in the mining industry varied by country and jurisdiction, and they are primarily aimed at preventing the illicit flow of funds through the industry. AML regulations are often implemented to combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and other financial crimes. Here are some key aspects of AML regulations that the mining industry typically needs to follow. Customer due diligence, CDD. Mining companies may be required to perform thorough due diligence on their customers, particularly when dealing with high-value transactions. This includes verifying the identity of customers, understanding the nature of their business, and assessing the risk associated with their transactions. Suspicious activity reporting. Mining companies are often obliged to report any suspicious transactions or activities to the relevant authorities. This helps law enforcement agencies identify potential money laundering or terrorist financing schemes. Record keeping. Maintaining accurate records of transactions, customer information, and AML compliance efforts is typically a requirement. This information may need to be retained for a specified period, and should be available for regulatory inspections. Risk assessments. Mining companies may need to conduct periodic risk assessments to identify and mitigate AML risks within their operations. This could involve assessing the risk associated with specific customers, regions, or types of transactions. Training and awareness. Companies in the mining industry should provide training to employees to raise awareness of AML risks and regulatory requirements. This training ensures that staff members can recognise and report suspicious activities. Sanction screening. Mining companies may be required to screen their customers and business partners against government-sanctioned lists to ensure they are not dealing with individuals or entities involved in illegal activities or subject to sanctions. Beneficial ownership disclosure. Some jurisdictions may require mining companies to disclose their beneficial ownership structure, making it more difficult for individuals to use anonymous entities for money laundering purposes. And reporting to financial intelligence units. In many countries, mining companies are obliged to report certain financial transactions to the National Financial Intelligence Unit, which can analyse the data for signs of money laundering or terrorist financing. It's essential to note that AML regulations are subject to change and can vary significantly from one jurisdiction to another. Therefore, mining companies must stay informed about the specific AML requirements and compliance obligations in the region where they operate, so it's advisable to consult legal experts or regulatory authorities for the most up-to-date information. Well, there you have it. What are red flags? What red flags does the mining industry need to look out for? And what AML regulations do the mining industry have to follow? Please tell us in the comments section if you think the mining industry is more susceptible to money laundering, and any other topics you would like us to cover in the future. We have now launched our very own courses for you to take a more in-depth look at a variety of subjects, such as Introduction to AML, Beneficial Ownership, and Customer Risk Rating, for example. So make sure you visit our website for further details, and let us help you connect the dots in KYC. Thank you for watching the video, and if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more amazing videos.